Despite St. Kitts Nevis deemed COVID-free, Chief of Staff at the JNF Hospital, Dr. Cameron Wilkinson, is encouraging residents and citizens to still practice precautionary measures. Dr. Wilkinson was speaking at a recently held NEOC press briefing.
Saying that we are COVID-free simply speaks about where we are at this point in time. It's not a certificate that we put up on a wall to say that we are COVID-free until we have the next inspection a year or two from now, because that status can change tomorrow. It can change in another week. From the situation report, you heard that there were 20-something persons who were in quarantine? 25? Yes, and these are persons who are going to be tested when they're coming out of quarantine. We have persons who are continually returning home, and so at any point in time, the virus can be reintroduced into the population. Just at the last briefing, we spoke about New Zealand and the fact that they were COVID-free, and they now have new cases with a couple of persons who came back home to visit their terminally ill patients. And the minister just said that we cannot keep our borders closed forever because we can't stifle the country economically. So at some point in time, we're going to be opening our borders. And so I don't believe that it's anything that we need to shout and celebrate. It's an achievement, yes, but it's just describing the state that we are at this point in time, and it's something that can change. And so we cannot relax the non-pharmaceutical measures that we have been using, and so we need to continue to do our social distancing. We need to continue to wear a mask so that when the virus does come in, we can control the spread and we don't have widespread community spread within our country. Thank you.
Meanwhile, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hazel Laws expressed optimism with the latest developments in coronavirus treatment research.
Over about 2,104 patients have been randomized to receive this low-dose dexamethasone, about 6 milligrams of this therapeutic agent once per day, either intravenously or by mouth over a 10-day period. And the results are compared with 4,321 patients who were randomized to receive usual care alone. And the results or findings have been phenomenal. The researchers have found that dexamethasone reduced the number of deaths by 1/3 in those patients who were confirmed with COVID-19 and who were on mechanical ventilators. They also found that dexamethasone reduced the deaths by 1/5 in other patients confirmed with COVID-19 but who were receiving oxygen only. There was no benefit amongst those patients who did not require respiratory support. And so overall, the findings conclude, well, so far, that dexamethasone reduced the 28-day mortality rate by about 17%. And so this is good news. This is music to my ears, actually. Dexamethasone is the first drug to have been shown to improve survival in COVID-19. This is an extremely welcome result.
All 15 positive coronavirus cases on St. Kitts and Nevis have recovered. But Health Minister Keela Barron-Nisbet said last week, with the country expecting to open up at some point, a spike in cases is expected. She noted, however, that the NEOC and HEOC teams are capable of making preparations to deal with this development. I'm Andre Huey, reporting for SKN Newsline.